Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a channel update for 2024. I'm always a fan of when other channels do this, so might as well do it for myself. Okay, I have a bunch of stuff to go over, including subscriber numbers, what the most viewed videos of mine for the past year were, how channel membership is doing, Patreon numbers, looking ahead to 2024, and a little preview of what's to come. Subscriber numbers. January 1st, 2023, 36,600 subscribers. At the end of the year, December 31st, 42,600. 6,000 increase or 16%. If you're one of the new folks, welcome. Already 2024 is off to a rip-roaring start thanks to the Witcher 3 episode. It's doing better than any episode ever. Pretty fucking cool. Most viewed video over the past 12 months might surprise you. It's South Park The Fractured Butthole with 165,000 views. I don't know what happened. It got pushed out to people. I wish it wasn't that episode. So when an episode takes off, or I don't know, stuff happens, normally you can see a reflection of the amount of comments coming in. South Park was getting tens of thousands of views per day, but getting like 2 comments. And I'm going like, people aren't really into this. Whereas the second and third most viewed video of the past 12 months, MGS4 got 90,000 views and MGS2 got 53,000. Those, when they get kind of an uptick in the collection being released, I see an outpouring of people coming in, subscribing to the channel, commenting. With South Park, no, it was just like the number went up, but nothing really happened to my channel. Nothing really changed. As for the MGS episodes, you love them, and I love making them. There will be more in the future. I was originally planning Metal Gear Solid from the collection this year, but that got pushed into next year for reasons I'll go into later. And then MGS3 is getting a remake. If it's not terrible, that will also get an episode in the future. Channel membership. I actually opened this up this year. 16 of you fine folks become channel members. Thank you very much. Patreon numbers. Folks on Patreon sometimes have none of this shown, or sometimes only show you the number of patrons. I like to keep it all open. So, started the year of 2023 with 174 patrons. Ended the year with 210. A 20% increase. Thank you all very much. Patreon pledges. Started the year with $330. Fantastic. End of the year with 380, a 15% increase. Again, thank you so much. How do I put this? I don't like bothering people with this sort of stuff. But I think now is an okay time to actually talk about my Patreon. It's kind of like the best value Patreon in the entire platform, in my opinion. Okay, here it goes. Many folks gate stuff off, pledge $1 for this, $2 for that, $5 for that, $10. All patrons get all rewards. The reason I have this belief is because people are in different stages of life. They have different disposable income levels. They live in different countries. Pitch in whatever you're not going to miss at the end of the month. In return, you get a fuckload. This is why I think it's the best value. Okay, I want to rattle these off. Number 1, very standard. Every video early, at least a day, sometimes up to a week. The patrons got the Witcher 3 episode 5 days early. Number 2, you get production updates throughout the entire year. I'm going to go through a little bit of the video schedule in a second, but the patrons have access. I've told them every video I've planned for the entire year, basically. And I go into a bit more detail. I'm okay doing it over there and for channel members. I'm not comfortable doing it here to tens of thousands because stuff can change and stuff can get pushed. So it's easier to update a few hundred throughout the year than it is to update tens of thousands. What else? That's number 2. Number 3, you get an invite to a private Discord. Gives you a direct line to me, and you're amongst other like-minded, wonderful people. Number 4, on the Discord, on the first Saturday every single month, we do an online hangout. A bunch of nerds talking about life and video games and probably a good bit of drinking. Number 5, you might notice my t-shirt. Some folks over the years have asked about merchandise. I don't want to do merchandise because if I were to sell it to you, it would be like 35 euros, who knows, $35. It's just too much. I'm not going to pay that much for a t-shirt. I wouldn't expect you to pay that much for a t-shirt. Better idea. I'll give you the PNG of Platinum Journey and you take it to a local print shop and get it done. In my case, this whole thing, €15, less than half the price. I don't have to deal with merchandising, and you get a Platinum Journey t-shirt. And it's customizable. You don't have to have it here. You can have it over on the chest or on the back. You can put on mugs. Do whatever you want. Number 6. I do a series where I take a look back at older episodes of Platinum Journey. Part reaction, some episodes I haven't seen in years. Part director's commentary, let you know what's going on behind the scenes. And part Q&A, because you can write in beforehand any questions about that episode, the series as a whole, or just share your general musings. I answer every single one. Already, there are about 22 of them up to watch immediately. It's like 18 hours of video. Next one I'm going to be doing is God of War 2018 because of doing God of War Ragnarok pretty soon. Nice timing. What's that, 6? 7. Again, all patrons get all rewards. Chip in whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you're not going to miss. 7. This is for patrons and unfortunately not for channel members. It is against YouTube's policy to do this and I couldn't offer it as a perk. I can only do it on Patreon. The first Saturday of September, we do an in-person meetup in Manchester, England. We go to a Wetherspoons from like 5 to 8, and then we go to a Pixel Bar from 8 to... Sorry, the Pixel Bar is a gaming bar with video game cocktails. I have a Pokemon card still left over from it. I reserve a couple of booths, one with a PS5, one with a Switch. Bunch of nerds hanging out, being merry. They play all the music that's like you grew up with. Now we realise we're starting to become the target demographic of music. We are our parents. And then we kind of gallivant around Manchester, although we figured out a really good plan of action for next time. I found a place that has pool tables. It's quite large. There's music, but it's not too loud. You still chat, and there's pool tables. So we're going to do that after the Pixel Bar next time. And then we found another place that stays open till 3 a.m. and you can have drinks outside. So I'm going to be partying until 3 a.m. You can peel off at any point you want. But I imagine a couple of folks ended up the entire night last time. We were sitting on a curb at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning going, so what's still open? Didn't want the night to end. Yeah. It's one of the coolest things I've done. Done it 2 years now. There'll be a third one. What I do like about it is this past one is because folks now sort of knew each other from the first one and we had some new faces as well. We had a WhatsApp group and they started to have their own conversations and stuff like, oh, who's going to Wetherspoons? And the messages from 9 a.m. Like, are you going for food or are you going for pints? I was like, both. The events happened on the Saturday. Some folks showed up on the Thursday, more showed up on the Friday, and then there was the Saturday. I was like, he had a whole weekend of just nerds getting together and having a laugh. And I'm like, I'm delighted. It's one of the proudest things I've started. Is like, look at all my own little nerd convention of degenerates. So there will be another one this year. I'm going to do it indefinitely, I think. And who knows, we might start moving around. Some of the folks are pretty keen on Norway, Italy, maybe someday an America one. That is my pitch for channel membership and Patreon. I only do this about twice a year, so I don't like bothering people. Scarred from my time in retail, selling people shit they don't need. We get enough advertising, that's the reason I don't have mid-roll ads. Link in the description to everything. Anything you pledge or anything you chip in goes to helping me continue to make videos for many years to come. As for this year, a little preview. As you know, Resident Evil 4 Remake, well, you don't know this. I just finished recording it yesterday. 67 hours of playtime, 21 or 22, I think 22 hours of footage. For comparison, Sekiro episode, 19 hours of footage, Metal Gear Solid 4, 23 hours of footage. This is going to be a chunky episode with a lot of highs and lows. Folks, I am sitting on gold. I think it's going to be probably the best Resident Evil episode so far. As for when it's going to be done, you're a patient bunch. You know the timescale is always, it will be done when it's done and ready and good. What else? Of course, God of War Ragnarok will be done after that. Oh, also, Resident Evil Separate Ways, I'll do as a bonus episode straight away. Then Ragnarok, then Valhalla. I did say to some of you in the comments about Metal Gear Solid getting an episode this year. That's been pushed because of the next Dream episode. It wouldn't make sense to do those two in the same year. But Metal Gear Solid will get its own episode the following year. And then hopefully the year after that, if Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake isn't complete trash, I don't think it will be, that will also get an episode. The very next video you will see from me is a fun chat with Lucy, also known as Ludi XP, and Ryan, also known as Mystic. Nice little trio. Ryan is the chillest guy in the room, Lucy has enough energy to power a city, and I am the resident drunk. Myself and Lucy were in Ryan's recent, made cameos in it, his recent 30 Platinums in 30 Days challenge. We wanted to have him on and just pick his brain. Myself and Lucy were chatting and going like, how's that bit? How's that bit? And I went, why not just ask him? So we picked his brain about making the episodes, and then we just had a bit of a chat about games for a little bit afterwards. That will be done in the next couple of weeks. 2024 is 10 years of Platinum journey. Hell yeah. Quite fucking proud of that. There will be some 10-year celebration. A little bit. I don't want to be too into it, but doing something for 10 years of internet and it being like to have the Witcher episode be the fastest episode to 10,000 views, and then it was the fast episode to 20,000 views, and it's going to be the fastest to 30,000, and it's pretty cool that that's now my most successful episode, and it's the most recent one. The line goes up, ladies and gentlemen. So thanks for sticking around over the years, and don't you worry. I plan on covering the PS6 and beyond. I have this vision of me in some rocking chair, completely bald, a grey beard, swinging back and forth, playing a PS12 in some shack, busted TV, no real lights, it's just sunlight peering in through the window, like none of it's balanced, it's a complete tragedy, and I'm playing Uncharted 19. I'm like, yeah. You know, I think Sully's got one more in him. Finally, I did an episode of Different Worlds, my travel series this year, covering Ireland, which was quite cool. It's strange how when basically friends of my brother watched it and told me it was nice. I was like, wow, this is like getting like my hometown. I will be leaving Ireland for a few months, starting next week. I'm going to have my own place. Some episodes will have their own unique setting. It's going to be kind of cool. While there, you know, might as well document it. So there will be at least one, if not two more episodes of Different Worlds this year. And I'd like to going forward, just kind of like, hey, if I'm going to be living in a place, document it, make a fun travel video. Oh, what I am going to do going forward is start actually announcing where I'm going to be going. Because in the comments of the Ireland episode, when I mentioned I'm going away next, some of you were actually offering invitations. Come to Finland, we've got great beer. Come to Brazil, I can be your guide and translator. Come to Australia, I've got a car. I'm going, hey, those all sound really fun. So next time I'm going to be moving to some part of Europe, or probably Europe the easiest, or maybe even South America, I might go like, hey, I'm going to this place, anyone around that want to be my guide and show me local life. That's everything, ladies and gentlemen. 2023 was a nice year. 2024 is off to a great start with The Witcher 3 and is going to double up with Resident Evil 4 and more great stuff planned throughout. I'm very excited. Thank you all for sticking around over the years, whether you are just here for 1 year or have been here for all 10. It's pretty fucking cool. Until Resident Evil 4, take care.